Hello, my name is Exalted One, and welcome back to the fucking Nexus. In today's video, we are playing as the Butcher, melee assassin from the Diablo universe. Does a ton of damage with auto attacks, and we're gonna get into the Nexus, see what we can do with him today. Try to show off some of his build. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we find ourselves on the Infernal Shrines. The friendly team, Tracer, Abathur, Kerrigan, the Butcher, Lili, versus Murky, Vala, Zul, Ariel, and Gul'dan. Split push, pretty even. Zul and Abathur Murky. Zul probably going to be stuck into some team fights, but a very good opportunity here for us to be facing into some melee heroes and some with not a whole lot of escapes. At level 1, we are going to go for Victuals. Collecting fresh meat heals you, which our trait is that any nearby deaths of minions or heroes does drop fresh meat, which increases our attack damage by 1%. We can hold up to 25 meat at the current level, and we do lose all of that upon death. So very important for us to be collecting as much of that as possible, as soon as possible. And to make sure that we are staying healthy. We do have 3 middle. We do have Tracer, so the lane at the bottom is just fine. We do have Zul up top. Just going to be able to sustain just fine. We do have Abathur right here with us. So we are going to be gaining some of this attack damage as much as we can. And just staying relatively safe right now. We can't really engage a whole lot with 3 right here on us. But we can slow them down a little bit. Lili should be able to sustain us. Or she's going maybe damage or something. Would love to rotate here, but not really given the opportunity to. We should be letting Abathur's solo lane top, because not a whole lot of reason for anyone else to be there. But it doesn't seem like that is going to change anytime soon. She is holding on to some of that mana there. We are going to go in anyway on the Vala. Okay, we are going to grab that. Put out our brand here. Okay, and we are going to pick up that kill on Gul'dan. Victuals healing us through a little bit in that minion wave. Going to do a lot of work. And that's going to be where we are going to be successful in today's game. Is going in as much as possible on particular hero, on one that doesn't have a whole lot of escapes or can't get away too far, which is definitely Vala. At level 4, we are going to go for Flail Axe. It does increase our straight line skill shot of our Q. Q, by the way, being hamstrings, does do damage and slow a target in a straight line. We are going to go in here on Vala. Not going to be able to pick up that kill, unfortunately. Alright, we should just be getting in here and starting our objective as much as possible. I don't believe that these minions do drop any of the fresh meat. That is going to be lane minions only. We're going to need to be a little bit careful here with Vala and the entirety of the enemy team right here. I'm going to be able to go in on Zul as soon as we get over here. Our slow ass coming in. And nope, not going to hit him before we get in there. So we're going to grab a little bit of health here. Get out of the way of this Gul'dan. And just going to slow her down. Ariel is going to fall. 4 seconds left on our charge. 2, 1. Going in on Vala. She is probably not going to make it out of this. Okay, and we're going to put our brand out. Try and sustain. Not going to happen. Go out into the lane to soak. Not a whole lot of reason to at the moment. We want to be taking down this objective as quickly as possible. Would love if Tracer or Abathur could follow us up on a couple of these here. She needs to be a little careful. Okay. We're going to be coming back in. Focus OBJ. J. The Murky right there are going to be able to take down a few of these and sustain with us, so we need to make sure that we are getting in on this objective as much as possible. Okay, she did use her stun. So we're going to go in right here. We're going to lay down our brand. Lili backing out, so we're going to need to be aware of that. We need one more, so we are going to get that. seem really odd right now with what's happening and what we're pushing and focusing on. Not making a whole lot of sense, but Abathur hopefully going to be able to keep us in this game on the backside. The enemy team did mess up the jump of the Punisher, so he's going to be able to wail away without getting hit by a whole lot of extra damage. If we can... No, Kerrigan going to stay middle. Okay. I thought that we'd be able to do a little bit, but the enemy team is staying together smartly, and we are not. Our team is spread out very, very much over the entire map. We need to do what we can to gain back our meat stacks. At level 7, we are going to go for Abattoir. It increases our maximum number of fresh meat to 35 now, and we only lose half when we die instead of the full amount. We do pick up a kill middle, I believe. Where that was. We are going to try and stay out of the tower range until these minions come in with us. Just going to be watching the map here a little bit. Okay, and we do want to try and get out of here. Okay, we do get the stun. We do have minions here, but we are going to be pretty well fucked here shortly. So, let's go ahead and do what we can. No follow-up from the friendly team. Kerrigan just kind of doing her thing. Going fairly poorly thus far. The Butcher is a very delicate hero. It really benefits a lot from having some CC on the front line. Having a front line in general, which Quick Match is not exactly known for these days. So we need to... we should be saying that Abathur can just body soak a lane and then have our Tracer with us, but it seems like that's not the case right now for some reason. We should be able to come in on... Okay, well, Butcher for some reason is incredibly slow. So the frustration that comes out of that is insane. And we did lose a player. That is going to be our Abathur, which is just fantastic. Okay, please help me. Please help me. We do not see Vala, however, this is somewhat safe here. We're going to try and get ahead of him, and he's not going to be able to sustain through our auto attack damage. We do a very, very strong auto attack. Not going to be probably the best, well, by actual sheer numbers, it is going to be probably one of the best in the entire game. They do start the objective, but we do need to defend this as much as possible and collect meat, so we're doing both of those things at the same time. And what we are going to go for here... Land of the Slaughter, not a terrible decision, but I think that the increase for Furnace Blast, not going to be terrible either. So we are going to pick that up, do what we can to knock down the Vala. Going to try and get back in the lane to pick up some of these fresh meat stacks so that we can try and sustain as much as possible again. We are going to be able to go in on Zool, going to slow him down and get in his face. So again, we are able to lay down the Butcher's Brand right here on Auriel and possibly sustain through it. We are. We need to get out though and try and get some healing. We're going to try and go back to the lane, pick up these fresh meat stacks. Because again, those do increase our healing, or give us heals, rather. We are going to be able to go in right here on Gul'dan. Not going to be able to get away. He is almost as slow or slower than we are. Trying to get the flank in here on Murky. We do, and that is a full death because we did just pick up his egg. The enemy team, however, does pick up the Punisher. Kerrigan extremely out of position. I don't know if she thought that we had that or not, but we are going to try and sustain as much as possible off of this. Need to back out. We do not have any poke damage ourselves. Tracer is top. We could really use her help here defending this, but it seems as though she does not want to assist in that endeavor. We should be able to sustain alright if we just play smart. And nope, not going to play smart. Okay. Okay, we need someone to go in here. Okay, and Auriel is going to drop. Okay, and as soon as we... Nope, she is going to go down. We do have 4 seconds left here on our charge. We are going to use... Well, I don't think we're going to even need to use Furnace Blast, honestly. Just going to be able to drop him right here. And for this game... yeah, we can just go ahead and steal this from him right here. No damage going to come out from the Murky Pufferfish. We are going to go with Savage Charge. Not a very popular decision. But in a game that has no tanks or anything really of a front line on either side, other than Zool, if you call that a front line, we are going to probably be able to get quite a bit of value out of that and a little bit of burst before we jump in on them. The idea being that we do use... There we go. We did fail to hit our ultimate. The idea is that you do hit Furnace Blast right as you are doing the charge, so that you can actually hit the charge and the Furnace Blast right after that is that follow-up. I believe that the Murky Egg may be right around here, but we do want to be safe in what we're doing right now as well. We are actually even, surprisingly, with the enemy team here on structure at least. Experience coming a little bit in our favor, actually. We do see that most of the enemy team is up top, so that gives us a great opportunity to push in here on this tower. We do a crap load of auto attack damage. Vala does fall. So does Murky. Not that that is too much of a gain there. But we are able to just keep wailing on this tower here. Should be able to gain a little bit here, but we do need to back out shortly. Just to be able to get these. Ariel did do the res. Lily was on a camp. We are at 6. I think nope, we're going to back out here. We're going to go ahead and back out. That camp there is going to be able to take that down. They do only have 15, so not a gigantic gain. So us coming up here at this point, getting in on the flank is going to be a great adventure to us here. We do hit the Furnace Blast there on Gul'dan. We do need to hit the brand out. We are going to be able to sustain that, but I don't think we're going to be able to do too much more. Kerrigan, once again, not with us, and Tracer is dead. So we are likely going to lose out on this again. The team not on the same page in any way. Kill the Zool. Kill the Zool. Oh, she did not kill the Zool. Okay, what Kerrigan could do right now is follow up and ravage in and do as much as she can. But at 16, we are going to go for Blood Frenzy. Increases our attack speed by 1% per stack that we gain. We can try and kill this Ariel, but it seems like we are just going to lose out on this objective. Instead of peeling for the friendly Lily, Kerrigan out trying to make plays or something. She is feared out of position again. The Abathur copy may be going to help out. Tracer likely going to get taken down here. And is fucking up the jump, so that is unfortunate as well. Kerrigan again, diving too deep, can't follow up. So, kind of in a poor spot here, honestly. Okay, we need to try and sustain. We're gonna die. Oh, the Gul'dan slow on us. Okay. We are... Yep, she's gonna die. If Tracer gets out of there, that is going to be a win for sure. We cannot really engage here because we have a large majority of the enemy team right here on us. Tracer does need to be a little careful. Okay. Not sure what's going on here. Why we're diving in so much. Well, she's going to... Oh, the damage over time. Excellent job there. Come on, Kerrigan. Come on, Kerrigan. Oh, that's incredibly frustrating. Okay. We do need to back out here. Kerrigan gonna die probably again. Yep. Saw that coming. Okay. Kerrigan going in when she doesn't need to. Staying out when she should go in. gonna be a major theme of this game. Kerrigan should be doing much more damage than that. Can we not do that, please? Okay, we should be able to pick up the Gul'dan if the Tracer goes in. Okay. Well, the enemy team deciding to stay along for much too long. It stayed for way, way, way too long. We do need to defend here. We do need to push out both the top lanes. We do need to start working on some camps, get caught up. Okay. And we do get back to max meat here. So we are, okay, well, Li Li decided not to take this, so we're going to go ahead and start wailing on these guys here. As you can see, 463 damage at level 18 of auto attack damage, which is absolutely ridiculous at this point in the game. Li Li going to die. She needs to get out as soon as possible. Doesn't look like she's going to do that, though. Alright, the friendly team, what we can do to get back on track is just make sure that we push out these lanes, try and take advantage of these camps as much as possible. We need to group up, please. OBJ, 2 split. So we need everyone to get together. For some reason we're not doing so. The enemy does start the shrine, so we need to try and get in here as quickly as possible. We can just kind of bait over this wall. Okay, we're going in on the Valla here. Seeing what we can do. We should be able to do a lot of work here. With Kerrigan here as well. Okay, and Zul is now going to die. Decided to stay in there for a little bit too long. At level 20, we are going to go for Nexus Blades, just accentuate our build a little bit more, which is, again, auto attack damage. We are at 35% extra damage with our fresh meat stacks, and an additional 20 for Nexus Blades, right? Yeah. So we are going to be doing an extra 55% additional damage. I'm going to let them know that I'm going to go up top and clear this. Because we do so much auto attack damage, we are able to knock these down, and because we can gain stacks off of the minion wave, again, we are going to be able to self-sustain quite well in these kind of lanes, especially against small camps or against minion waves. So we are able to keep this top keep. We should just push this out a little bit further. The friendly team going to be able to push into that keep. Hopefully take down at least that wall. That would be ideal. We do have still Zul down for the moment. Pushing out these lanes is going to be a great advantage to us. Try and get some of that lane pressure going. The Arcane Punisher is going to drop, but we do have that keep at half health. We do need to get out as soon as possible. But Kerrigan not seeming to do too well in that regard, but we are going to be able to get down this top fort before anyone is able to respond. Okay, and we do need to mount up now and get out of here. 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 Alright, the Octo Grab fucking us up there. Ah, that was a poor play. Let's see, let's sneak up. We need to get out of there because the... Oh, God, she just did it for him. Come on. Come on. Okay, well, a trade is kind of okay at this point. Li Li needs to understand that she is not a tank. She's not an assassin. She's a healer. Good to... Whoa! Not sure what the fuck is going on here, but I kind of like what's happening right now to Auriel. The Octograb going out, but Zul gonna go down as well. Holy shit! Abathur! Abby, holy shit, dude! Going ham! Abathur is just carrying this game through. You can see he's getting the experience using that copy and just going off on the enemy team. We just wiped them. So we are going to be able to take this relatively easily. We do have 13 seconds. We should be able to push this down, not a problem. We do want to try and gain these fresh meat stacks as quickly as possible. The enemy team is going to be spawning right as we are finishing up some of the congestion on this. So if I can sneak out, grab one more wave of minions here, grab a little bit more meat. Okay. And this is going to push this lane forward again and keep us moving in the right direction faster. We should be able to move in here very, very easily with Kerrigan and the Butcher here on the objective. It's going to be 609 damage at level 22, and we're still not even at full stacks. So you can see that he does a lot of damage if you don't get caught out. Have not been doing a great job of exemplifying how to position on the Butcher. But we hopefully are kind of showing off a little bit here for us. The enemy team did capture a Merc camp in the top lane. That's not going to really do them a shitload of good. We should be a little careful here. Yep, that's going to suck. Not a whole lot you can really do. Tracer should have tried to stay away from the Murky, knowing that the Octograb is up. But we are going to head down here with the Lili. Our Punisher are going to get burned down very, very quickly. We lost all advantages that we really had on that. Abathur in top lane, probably not the best decision. We need to be careful here, because the rotation down on this is going to be very, very strong. Kerrigan deciding to die. That's getting real frustrating. Kerrigan stepping out too much repeatedly, over and over and over and over, and not really learning from previous mistakes. Now at max stack, so we are getting 646 damage on every auto attack. With that top keep, we should be able to deter them, and with the map pressure that we do have, should be able to hold them back for a while. But I might be able to come up here and do some damage. If this Valla wants to stay, we're going to be able to go... Okay. Help me, help me. Okay, gonna go in on this Gul'dan. Okay. Gonna slow down the Valla. And Tracer's gonna be able to mop it up there. Okay, nice job. Nice job. They did get the keep, but relatively low loss there. We do have a slight disadvantage right now in Lili going to get killed more than likely. No, she's going to live for the moment. And yeah, she's going to sustain just fine. Did have to pop her ult to survive, which is kind of a pointer or a tell that you're not positioning correctly, but we should be able to... Okay. We want to try and get this flank if we're able to. We are right now. Okay, and should be able to pick up this Ariel if I'm not mistaken. Or we can just die because our healer didn't... Okay, Lili. Come on, man. Need some heals. Gonna be able to pick up that kill though on Zul. Gonna help us out a lot. Too deep. Holy shit. Okay. Wowza. Okay. Stop going in. Why are we going in? Stop. 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 Holy crap. Why are we still doing this stuff? This has not gone well for us any of the times that we've done it. So continuing to do it doesn't make any sense to me. Abathur is... Where is he? He's up top. Okay. So that is being smart by Abathur. It seems like he is the one... What are you doing? Lili, run! Run! What the fuck? Tracer gonna die. Why are we engaging? Outnumbered. Okay, well, there's not anything that I can do with this, so I'm going to go top, because we're going to lose this hard, and Lili's going to be behind, so there's not anything that we can really do there. We do have a couple of catapults that are rocking down. Honestly, if we lose this, it's not the worst case scenario, because we do have our fort still here. So in the bottom lane, we're going to be just fine with that. Lily cannot run in there. Cannot run in there. Taking the worst possible path to that. We're going to try and... Okay, stop. Here. We're playing like... You're playing like... Oh my god. Okay. And so that is why quick match can be so incredibly frustrating. Back out. Playing smart. Not the same. Okay. Try and... Okay, well, when you fuck up the leap, it's gonna be a little hard. Okay. Okay, we need to be careful here, and Kerrigan does not know what that means. Did she just... Kerrigan gonna die. Surprise, surprise there. Yeah, well, you fucked up that jump. Okay, well, this looks like we're gonna have a loss here. Not saying that that's gonna be the reason why we lost, but it definitely didn't help out. Well, whatever, man. Well, okay. Just saying. Alright, well, that was the Butcher. Our team absolutely not really doing the right thing in a large number of ways. That was a really frustrating match, but you can see where the Butcher can be good if people do follow up, if healers heal someone other than themselves, if you can move forward, if you have people that aren't suicidal, if you have a front line. I mean, those aren't really big ifs, they're just kind of generic ways to play the game, but I mean, if you want to, you know, do this and get no experience and try and be damage without, yeah, going monster on some of the damage, but not all of it. So just kind of a weird, like, who are we going to shrink? Anyway, getting too far into it. Anyway, the Butcher, the build that we went for today, based on auto attacks and continuing to move in. Victuals healing for 3% of the maximum health anytime you collect any fresh meat on the ground. Flail Axe increasing the length of hamstring so you can get a little bit further out or be able to engage a little bit better. Abattoir, increasing the maximum number of fresh meat stacks to 35 instead of 25. And you only use half of those on death after that talent. Furnace Blast at level 10. It's usually going to be the better case to go with Lamb to the Slaughter because you can lock someone down a lot easier. But in this kind of scenario where it was forced to go in by myself in a lot of different scenarios or go in 1v2, Furnace Blast is going to help out a bit to get a little bit more damage out. Savage Charge at level 13, mostly not the case. Not the one that you'd usually be taking. But again, because I needed to try and get burst damage out as much as possible because our Kerrigan was killing herself and Lily was never with the team, that was the case for this game. At 16, Blood Frenzy, increasing our attack speed by those stacks of fresh meat, and Nexus Blades to just accentuate everything further, getting more on our auto attacks. Butcher in a little bit of a weird spot, not really picked very common in any of the pro scenes, and a very niche pick for casuals or through Hero League. So he's kind of lost. It seems some people have forgotten how he plays and what they need to do, because by all means, Kerrigan and the Butcher is a great combo. The Butcher can run in, Kerrigan can pull him back into a further stun right after that, so the Butcher goes in, hits his stun with his E. After charging in, Kerrigan can follow up with her attacks and into her stun. Surprisingly, she did go for one of the best builds right now for Kerrigan and didn't really perform all that well. But that is the game that we're in for Quick Match and how that works right now. But that is the Butcher. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for stopping by and checking out the video. We will see you all next time in the Nexus.